بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
How do we teach language arts with the Qur'anic worldview? There are the 4 areas of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And there are specific learning outcomes in each of these in terms of student knowledge, their understanding, and the skills and procedures, all outlined in the Alberta Program of Study. So let's narrow it down. Let's go to oral language, and that forms the foundation for literacy. For teachers, the guiding question is, how can listening and speaking be developed to improve oral communication? For students, the learning outcome would be to develop listening and speaking skills through sharing stories and information. Obviously, we can meet this outcome in many different ways. Because in Sakina Circle we're drawing on the Qur'anic worldview, teachers can choose the stories and the lesson materials that focus on that worldview. So that means prophetic stories, hadith, the parables from the Quran, stories from Sirah, stories about the companions, travelogues, the Hoja folk tales, and the many, many great storybooks for children. What follows is an audio recording of the story of the gardens of the rich man in Surah Al-Kahf. Think of how a teacher can use this selection with young students. They are going to be storytelling, they're listening and speaking. You can teach vocabulary, you can teach about the comprehension of what is being said, and what a great prompt for an art project to illustrate those lush gardens and then what happened to them. With older students, teachers can use this for a deep discussion of what was in the hearts of those 2 men. It can be a reader's theater, students can write their own stories, and then they can become storytellers. So here it is, The Gardens of the Rich Man.
The Gardens of the Rich Man. This is a story of 2 men and their gardens. Look here, my friend. Look at my gardens and fields. Here is my garden of grapes. The grapes grow on vines. The grapes are purple, red, and green. Over there is another vineyard, also full of grapes. There are so many vines. There is so much good fruit. And all around, what do you see surrounding the vines? Palm trees. Look at my palm trees. Each tree is heavy with dates. The dates are sweet and plump. Look here, in the midst of vineyards and date palms, there are my grain fields with such a good crop. The water runs in clear and sparkling streams right through the gardens, and it is very good. It is very, very good, all my wonderful fruits and my fields and my gardens. My friend, we meet again. My gardens and fields are growing well. I'm doing very well. I'm getting very rich. You know, I'm richer than you. My family and my workers are getting bigger. I'm stronger than you. Everything is very good. Just look. Look at this wonderful garden. It is my wonderful garden. It is always so beautiful. It will always be full of fruit. I don't think it will ever stop being fruitful. I think it will never stop. I don't think there will ever be a last hour. And if things do stop, and I am brought back to my Lord, I will surely find something even better than this. What are you saying? Do you know that you were made out of dust? Do you know you were made from the dirt on the ground? Do you know you were made into the shape of a man? Do you know you were made into the shape of a man from dirt and from dust? You were made with arms and legs and eyes and ears. You were made to work and see and hear. You were given a heart and a head. With that heart and head, you can think about things and understand. You were given the breath of life. Your breath came at birth. Your breath will leave you one day, and then you will be gone. What will you say then? Do you not believe in the one who made you? I say He is Allah, the one who sustains me, and I believe absolutely nothing is like Him. What are you really saying? You come to this wonderful garden and you tell me it's yours? You show me the palm trees, the grain fields, the grapevines, and the streams. Yes, you do have more than I do. I am not so rich. My family is not so big. Maybe my Lord will give me something better than your garden. But why don't you come to this garden and remember Allah? Why didn't you say, MashaAllah, this is as Allah has wished? Why are you so proud? Why don't you be thankful for all these wonderful gardens? Why don't you remember that the streams of water can dry up? Why don't you remember that bolts could come down from the sky and that it would all become a heap of dust? It might become dust, like the dust from which you were made. Just remember, there might be something better yet than this garden of yours. And so it was, in the story of the two men. One day, the man with the gardens stood looking at dust. His wonderful garden was gone, and everything was dead. He was saying, I wish I had not forgotten my Lord. He had nothing to help him, and he could not help himself.